Hi again from the garden. It's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So it is Tuesday morning of my big market week, and I also have a local farmers market today which I'm harvesting for. So I just wanted to start taking you guys along through the week on my harvesting, my prep work, and everything I'm doing to get ready for this huge market that I have on Saturday. So like I said, I have the local farmers market today, which has been slowing down, which is very typical for September. So I'm just going to harvest exactly what I need for that market today. I do have some things in the fridge because I need as much as possible for this huge market this weekend. Then also in this video, I want to take you along inside and show you a bunch of the prep work that I'm starting to do for this week. I'm washing buckets, just normal things like that, but I'm also working on my booth layout, so I'm going to show that to you guys. And then also all the supplies that I'm bringing and what I'm bringing for products as far as how I'm displaying my flowers, and then all of the pumpkins that I'm bringing. So anyway, first thing on the list is harvesting dahlias this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So as you can see, I have a lot of my dahlias covered with these organza bags, and it's because I am getting a huge infiltration of cucumber beetles. So the organza bags keeps them protected from all of those bugs. And this is a variety called Marn. I think I'm saying that right. It is M-A-A-R-N, and this has just been a workhorse in the garden for me so far this year. Dahlias I like to harvest when they are almost fully open, because once you harvest them, they do not open much further. Look how beautiful that is. This is a must-grow variety for next year. So this one has been another favorite so far this season, and I think when I harvested in a previous video, I told you that it was Senior's Hope. Well, I was wrong. It is called Night Silence, and it has just been absolutely beautiful. Look at how pretty that is. Now I'm harvesting this one before it is fully open, but this will open just a little more, and I want this to last. This one I may save for the market this weekend. So once I harvest these, I pull all of the bottom leaves off and I put them straight into water. And then these will also go right into the fridge. I like to keep my fridge about 40 degrees. So I'm also going to be harvesting some of this Celosia. This is called the Flamingo Feather variety. I absolutely love it. Some of it here is going to seed, but this is all perfect. Now I do want to save some of this for my market this weekend, so I think I'm just going to harvest about 4 big stems of this, and then I will use that in my bouquets for today. This has been a really great producer this year, so I'll be growing this again next year. I'm also growing a lot of the Selway series next year, which is this variety down here, and this has been just a workhorse. Let me put a close-up on this with the camera. Now I also need to harvest some status this morning because I need some filler for my bouquets. So I'm just going to do about 1 stem of each. I will also be using this weekend. I just love the texture of status, and it lasts forever. And some of these shorter stems, they don't work in my tall bouquets, but they work perfect in my little mini bouquets. I like to add a little pop of filler in the mini bouquets, and so these are perfect for that. Sometimes when they're fully ready, they lay down, and so I gotta make sure that I get those too. Like this one's coming from all the way over here, but it's ready to harvest. Okay, let's get, that one's not fully open. Let's get this one. All right, that should be good for today. All right, well now I need to harvest my zinnias, and if you can see, it is a C. Whoa. Oh my gosh. There was something buzzing right in between my legs. I think I may have disturbed a bumblebee. Whew. Okay, let's try that again. As I was saying, as you can see, this is a sea of organza bags in here. Now, most of these are not ready. They will be just in time for my market this weekend. I have had such a bad problem with cucumber beetles in here that I decided to cover all of my blooms with organza bags, because otherwise I would have lost all of these, and I need them for this weekend. So I'm just gonna harvest a few of these that I can see are very, very ready to harvest. Like this one is. And then I'm gonna take the organza bags off, and I'm gonna put them on other ones that are just starting to open, so that they are ready for this weekend. Our temperatures today are supposed to get up to like 95 degrees with the heat index close to 100. So these zinnias, I think, are really going to be opening today. But again, I want to make sure that I have most of these for this weekend. Okay, so I pretty much have what I need for today's market. This small bucket of flowers, plus I do have a bunch of sunflowers and dahlias inside that I harvested the last couple days. So that should be plenty for this very small amount that I want to take tonight. But while I'm standing here, look at all of these awesome pumpkins that I harvested yesterday. These are going to be so good in my booth. This is one of my favorite varieties. This is called Blaze. This is another one. This is called Winter Luxury. I am so excited to have these in my booth this year. And this is silver something, I can't remember, but look how pretty the coloring on that is. I tried to grow small to medium pumpkins that people could easily carry to their cars, and I tried to grow all unique varieties, so not very many orange ones. And I think it's gonna be absolutely perfect. So anyway, I'm gonna go get these flowers inside, and let's start prepping for Saturday's market as far as supplies and booth setup goes. Okay, so I'm back inside the studio. I'm gonna let those flowers rest for a few hours before I put those market bouquets together for this afternoon's market, but I need to start prepping for this big market that I have this weekend. So if you haven't heard me talk about it before, this weekend is the Made and Found Midwest Market. It is in Anthony, Iowa. I will put a link to it below. If you are in the Northwest Iowa area, you will want to be at this market this weekend. It is from 10 to 5. There are 70 vendors, 5 food trucks, drinks, live music. It's going to be awesome. Last year was the first year for the market. I did it and there were 20 vendors. I sold out in 2.5 hours, which was insane. No one was expecting that amount of people, and a lot of booths were running low on supplies right after lunch. So this year I am really amping up everything I'm taking, which is one of the reasons why I specifically grew pumpkins for that. So this week is prep week for that market. Now I already have my booth layout kind of penciled out. I did this in Photoshop. Yes, I am an excessive planner. I will put a close-up picture on the screen, but this is basically my booth layout. It is a 10 by 20 foot booth. You can see the long rectangles are my tables. I will have 3 6-foot tables and 1 4-foot table. The area that says work area, that is where I will be standing. And then the rectangles on top of the tables will be small crates. The circles will be buckets of flowers. And then the rectangles that are not on the tables are on the ground, and that is going to be pumpkin display areas. And then the rest of the open space on the tables are going to be for my little jelly jar bouquets. I made those last year. They were a great hit. I will link down below the jars I use that I purchased on Amazon. They're about 5 or 6 inches high, and they sold like crazy. And one of the reasons that I do these little jelly jars is because the flowers can be in water. And if the customers are walking around and shopping other vendors, they can carry this around and their flowers will still be in water versus the wrapped bouquets. Now I am taking a bunch of the wrapped bouquets, but I just love the jelly jar idea. Plus I can utilize short stems for the jelly jars. So basically anything out in my garden. So this is basically the layout that I will be following on Saturday. And as I pack all of my supplies in the next few days, I'll kind of show you the decorations that I'm using also. And today, basically, I'm just going through my list and kind of sorting things. So I'm getting my tents ready, my tables ready, all of that. And then I'm also going to finish making my jars. So next on my list is pre-cutting my paper. Then I will finish my jars, and then I will start sorting all of my supplies. So I'm gonna get busy doing that, and then I'll show you what my jars look like when they're finished. All right, so all of my prep for today is done. You can also see that I have my flowers for today's market done. I'm not overdoing it by any means because like everyone's farmer's market this time of year, with it being September and school starting, they're just a little slower than normal. So I'm not overdoing it with what I take, and if something doesn't sell, it's going right back in the fridge. Now I did get some more flowers harvested and they are in the fridge, a few more dahlias. But I also got all of my jars finished. So these are the jelly jars that I'm going to use for all of my arrangements for Saturday's market. I did 80. 80, that is insane. Last year I had 35. However, I sold out in 2.5 hours. So I don't know, maybe 80 is not enough, but that's what I went ahead and did. That is my goal, is for 80. So I will put the Amazon link down below to what these jars are, but I believe they're 6 inches tall, and I just decorated them with kind of a vintage inspired ribbon. I did some singles, I did some layered ones under burlap. I did a darker ribbon with the lace on top of it because I thought, especially with the dark colors and the oranges, that might be really great for fall. But I got 80 of those jars done, which makes me really happy because when I get ready to make all of my arrangements on Friday morning, I'll just set out the jars, which I will show you guys, and I will fill them up. So anyway, this video will probably continue tomorrow when I'm organizing all my supplies. I'll probably show you guys everything that I am taking, the type of tablecloths and crates and everything I'm using for display. So yeah, I think that'll be tomorrow. So that'll be when this video continues. Okay, so it's Wednesday morning and this is my organized day. I am getting all of my supplies and everything that is on my list for the market ready to go. So I have pretty much every single thing listed that I need. Like the 2 tents I'm taking, the different tables, sandbags, everything I need. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys what I take to the market for my setup. And then that will probably do it for this video because tomorrow, which is Thursday of the week, is harvest day. Now you guys might not be even seeing this video until the weekend, but this will probably be a 3-part series. So anyway, all of the supplies that I am taking for this big market, and again, here is my booth layout that I talked about earlier in the video. So as I go through these things, I'm just kind of going through in my head my booth layout. What do I need where? So one of the big things that I'm taking is my sign, which hopefully you guys can see this whole thing. I have this chalkboard sign. It folds out so it stands up on its own. And everything that I'm using, if I got it on Amazon, I will put a link below in the description. But I used chalk tracing paper for this project, and then I used different fonts that I have in Photoshop on my computer. I think it turned out so cute. So this is going to be in the front of my booth. Then I will use 2 white tents, which I will also link down below. They're both 10 by 10 size. So my entire booth will be a 10 by 20 layout. The tablecloths that I'm using, these are the stretchy tablecloths that hook down below on the legs of the table. That way, if it's a little breezy, which it's supposed to be on Saturday, these will not blow everywhere. Last year, I just used fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it got really windy, and I was having trouble keeping some of the fabric on my table. So this year, I wanted to make sure to get these stretchy tablecloths. This is a plum color, which I thought was perfect for fall. I probably will also be draping some burlap over it just for a little accent and some contrast on the table. Let's see, what else do I have? Well, I'm gonna be using various crates. I will have a couple of these crates, which I just got at a craft store. I also have some vintage crates that I got from a friend. Those will be used to display pumpkins. I have my tent stakes, a scissors, because you always need a scissors. I'm taking my rubber mallet, which I will use to pound in the tent stakes. Then I ordered some 10 by 10 side walls for my tent, and I will also link these down below. These Velcro and zipper onto the tent. That way it will help block the wind and block the sun. So I have 3 of these that I'm taking. Then I also had some new business cards made. On the front, it has my logo along with, it says locally grown fresh cut flowers, Holstein, Iowa. Last year I forgot to put my town on my banner in my business cards, and everyone was asking, where are you located? So I made sure to add that this year. And then on the back, I have my website and my social media handle. I have a whole box of those. I have my change bag with my money. I have plastic bags. These are just the fold top sandwich bags. These I put on the bottom of my wrapped bouquets, even at my regular markets. That way when people are carrying them around, they're not dripping, and it just protects the stems a little bit. And then this is my little pricing sign. This is an 8x8 that I put in a cute little frame that I had here at the studio. It says my bouquet pricing, jelly jars 15, wrap bouquets 25, and then it has my Venmo little scan code thing, QR code, whatever that's called. They can easily, if they're paying with Venmo, scan this and pay me that way. What else? Oh, I have my banner. I'm not going to take this out of the box, but this looks exactly the same as my business cards with the logo, the locally grown fresh cut flowers in Holstein, Iowa. It's black and white. This is a 8-foot banner, 8 foot wide, 2 feet tall. So this is what I will use twine to hang. It will hang at one of the backs of my tent. Let's see. Everything else on my list is pretty much the setup things I have. My tables, my tents, the other crates. I have the 2 planters that I use at the regular market. Those will hold buckets of bouquets. I'm going to take a calculator just in case. And then I'm going to take my GoPro because I want to get footage for you guys. So that is pretty much everything that I am taking for the market. So that's going to do it for this video. Again, today is Wednesday. Tomorrow on Thursday, I will be harvesting everything and kind of getting a count of what I have and then estimating how many bouquets of everything I'm going to take. So I will do a separate video on that. And then Friday, I will be assembling all my jarred bouquets and my wrapped bouquets. I'll be doing one final harvest of any miscellaneous pumpkins that are ready. And then Friday afternoon, I have to go and do my actual structural setup. So I'll do tents and tables and crates. And then Saturday morning, I will head and take all my product to the market, and the market opens at 10. So it's going to be a busy next few days. So anyway, I will make sure to do videos and try to capture as much as possible. So stay tuned for all of that. We'll see you soon.